At a high school volleyball game this week here in Western Mass ultimately led to an early end to that match, and it has some in the local sports world divided. Western Mass News reporter Reagan Locree joining us live now in studio after getting answers. And Reagan, what can you tell us?
Chris, I spoke with the lead official at Tuesday's boys JV volleyball matchup with citing High School in Springfield hosting East Long Meadow. And he tells me he stands by his decision to end the game early, saying he felt unsafe. Frank Schillinger has been a referee for nearly 20 years, officiating at all levels of sports from recreational all the way up to the NCAA and beyond. He tells Western Mass News his love for volleyball and joy in seeing the athletes play is what keeps him going back. However, Tuesday night's junior varsity matchup at Springfield School of Science and Technology against the East Long Meadow boys team has him thinking about leaving the world of officiating for good.
But if I never reffed another volleyball game or officiated a volleyball game ever again, and that's just how I feel right now, hopefully that passes.
Western Mass News was at Tuesday night's varsity matchup later that night. We did ask for permission to show the incident at the JV game, but were denied. However, Schillinger explains that after he made a call, there was an outburst by a member of the hosting school, which quickly escalated out of control. Schillinger tells us he immediately pulled a yellow card, which is a warning. But instead of de-escalating the situation, it only made it worse, which eventually led him to call the match, explaining that he felt it was unsafe for both him and his officiating partner. And now, days later, he's still on edge.
I'd be lying if I didn't say I still have jitters in my stomach. It's one of those things. As I said, I deployed in 2003, support of Operation Iraqi Freedom. I was in the Middle East. I was in an environment that wasn't friendly. And I hadn't felt that way since 2003, and that feeling was some of what I felt on Tuesday night. Others may dismiss it, others may downplay it, but you had to be there and to make that decision.
And the board chair of the Western New England Board of Volleyball Officials, Wade Dubois, tells Western Mass News hostile environments at sporting events are part of what has led to a nationwide referee shortage.
If you sit in the bleachers and if you watch how fans react to certain situations throughout the match or the game, whatever game you're sitting and watching, you know, who in their right mind would sign up for that?
Dubois feels more needs to be done to make refs feel safe. One suggestion he has is to have a uniformed police officer or other security present at all games and matches when possible. Western Mass News reached out to both schools for comment, and we received a statement from Springfield Public Schools that reads, quote, "We acknowledge our coach's response as excessive and inappropriate, and we have taken necessary steps to address the matter internally. Nevertheless, it's important to note that both teams were engaged in fair competition, and the decision to prematurely end the game, citing safety concerns, was excessive and unwarranted." Reporting live in studio, Reagan Locree for Western Mass News.
Reagan, thank you for that live report. A Springfield